All right, we're almost there. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but trust me, it's worth it. It'll be a lot of fun, and you're learning a lot as we go here too. You're learning about networking and operating systems, and a lot of good skills. And so just try to get through this, and it'll be worth it. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to turn on Samba in Windows. So I'm on a Windows computer here. Again, I'm on Windows 10. If you're on a Mac or a Linux or some type of other operating system, you're going to have to look up how to do this. You know, how to use Samba on those systems. Samba was really designed for Windows networking, so this is going to be a lot easier if you're on Windows. So what we need to do is we're going to go down to the search menu, little search button. I'm just going to search for the control panel. So I type, the first few letters of control, and that pops up, and I'll launch the control panel app. And then we're going to go to the option here, our program settings. And then up here, there'll be an option that says turn Windows features on or off. So I'm going to click that. And I do believe you need to be an administrator on your computer, so you have to have the account that allows you to make some of these system level changes. So if that doesn't work, that probably means your account is not an administrator. So ask somebody in your house, a parent, an adult, somebody else that maybe has control of that computer, and they'll have to give you access. But you're going to scroll down here, and I already have it turned on, but you're looking for this thing that says SMB, that's short for Samba, 1.0 CIFS, not sure what that is, something file system, I think. File sharing support, that's the key there, file sharing support. So I want this one here, SMB, and you should have a little plus next to it, and I just need to install the client. So you notice on mine I've already done it because I've set this up ahead of time, but that little checkbox is probably not there on yours. You're going to click that checkbox and then hit OK, and then what it'll do is it'll install. I don't think it'll make you restart your computer. Actually, I think it does make you restart your computer, right? When you're making some of these system level changes, whether it's on Windows 10 or a Raspberry Pi, you often have to do a complete system restart so those changes take effect. So you'll hit OK. I'm just going to hit cancel because I already hit, well, actually I can hit OK. It'll be fine here. And then what will happen is once you reboot, what should work now, as long as everything is set up correctly, right? That's a big if, but if everything's set up correctly, what will happen is you should now be able to transfer a ROM file, and we'll go in our next step, we'll look at where to get some of those. As I mentioned earlier, you should be able to transfer a ROM file from your Windows 10 computer to your Raspberry Pi. So what will happen is when you open up your file manager here, you'll go over to network, and you might have to click refresh the network. You have to make sure your Raspberry Pi is turned on. It's booted up, it's running. It's connected to Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and then you might have to hit the little refresh button here, or you can press F5 on your keyboard. And if everything's set up correctly, you should see RetroPie listed as a place that you can click on. So now when I double click on it, now I'm actually connected via my Wi-Fi network to my Raspberry Pi. And then I would go to ROMs. And these are all the different systems that are on my device. So these are all the different emulators I can use. I'm going to show you just how to put something in NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, but depending on what games and what ROMs you download, and like I said, we'll look at that on the next step, you have to put it in the correct folder. So I'm going to get some NES or Nintendo Entertainment System ROMs, and so I'd go in here, and then these are some ROMs that I've already downloaded, and all I have to do is just copy and paste them from my my downloads folder here. I can just copy them from here and paste them into this folder. And now when I go to the Raspberry Pi, they should show up under the NES Entertainment System, and I should be able to play my games. Okay. So the next and kind of final step before we actually play is how to actually get some ROMs, and then I'll probably go through this process one more time about how to transfer them from your Windows 10 machine to your Raspberry Pi. So that'll be the pretty much the last step. So we'll look at that next.